Monday the 12th of May, here with Kayleigh, and we're just going to talk through a recent event that she's been supporting and coordinating with her team. So Kayleigh, tell me about the event and what was the objective?
The event was a applicant open day for potential students who have already applied for the university but we're their top 3. So the objective is to become their first choice before they eliminate the other 2 choices.
Okay. Who was involved? What sort of departments, teams, team members? Talk me through that.
So the applicant open days are divided between the 3 faculties. So each faculty will have their own open day, applicant open day. So our one was specifically for the Maritime and Technology School.
Okay.
So we have all the lecturers who teach those specific subjects, the head of school, the marketing team, the admissions team, so everyone's there to give the potential students all the relevant information they'll need.
Perfect. Okay, so where was it held and what were the kind of things that you had to make sure were sort of in place and what did you have to support with?
The applicant open day was held here at the university. Leading up to it, we had to ensure we'd emailed all the applicants so they knew where it was, when, what they could expect, so they could prepare for the day.
Yeah.
We also had to prepare a cover and content sheet, which helps us to know exactly what the academics will be covering in their specific talks to the individual students. We know where they are when, if we have an issue or someone arrives late and we can go and find them.
Yeah.
We have their contact numbers, so if we did have any issues we can phone them.
And what did you do leading up to the event? How did you coordinate it? Did you have meetings? How did it run?
We had lots of meetings with the academics, so we arranged one-to-one meetings with each of them individually to see what would work best for them. We would then send them out an email 2 weeks before to remind them about it with the finalised programme, so they knew exactly what was going on.
So you had a programme that was okay, excellent. Yeah.
So we had an internal programme and an external one.
Right, okay.
So we had the internal one with all the numbers, where people would be, what was going on when, and then we had an external programme for the applicants, so they knew what to expect on the day, where things were going on, so they could plan their day ahead.
Okay, brilliant. And on the day, was it the first kind of event you'd done? How did it go? What did it feel like?
It was the 4th open day I've done.
Okay.
I've done a few before that.
Okay.
It's my first applicant open day. It went really, really well. It was really busy.
Yeah.
A lot of people turned up. It went smoothly. If there was an issue, there was one person who arrived expecting a different talk. Then we ensure the head of school is constantly in the base room that we have. So if any issues do arise, we can send them straight there and it can be dealt with immediately. We're not messing them around.
No. Did you greet the delegates and how did you make them feel comfortable?
Anyone who passed, we just make sure they knew where they were going or if they had any questions.
Great.
So then we could help them, greet them with a smile.
Yeah.
We had some maps and some leaflets to hand them so we could help them around.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So if people were lost, they didn't have to feel like they had to keep it to themselves. They could ask us.
And who did you liaise with about the actual venue? I know it was held here, but the rooms and things like that, who were you sort of liaising with and making sure the recesses were in place?
We have a rooming department, so we'd have to phone them and see which rooms were available because there was also things like Open University going on the same day, so we had to make sure our rooms would be available, how long they'd be available for, so we had phone calls and emails going to and from to organise that. And
what about afterwards? What in terms of clearing up and making sure that follow up as well? What was the plan for that? Was there a plan or? We
have a checklist to make sure everything is done correctly.
Yeah.
So we make sure it's all tidied away and left how we found it. Because there'll be university straight the next day, so students will be in there.
Yeah.
We'll make sure all our resources are put back, so any marketing materials be put back in the right cupboards.
Yeah.
Because we can't just dump it all to one side. And then we'll also sit down and do a review of the day. So if anything we feel could go better, or we'll note down the positives and the things that could have been improved, so we can improve it for next time.
And what was your thoughts on that? What was your sort of contribution? What did you think when you were there on the day? Actually, maybe this could be done. Did you have any thoughts, or was it just?
I think one of my thoughts were how the base room was set out. Initially it was quite bland and it didn't have many resources, so if people got there early, there wasn't anything for them to read or flick through. So we did make that decision halfway through to go and get the resources and set them out, because they went off to their talks. So there was like a 20-minute, half an hour gap when no one was around, so we managed to set things up and spread it all around, so then when they came back, if they were sat around, they could have a read and flick through.
Were you exhausted afterwards?
Extremely.
But you enjoyed it?
Very much. It's good fun.
Good. Perfect. All right, that's lovely. Thank you. That's brilliant.